Is everybody excited?
Yay.
I don't know if these guys are excited. Are you guys excited? All right, let's get it going. We're running a tight ship here today. We got lots to cover. End of year. What do we do here? We're empowering like-minded individuals in achieving and exceeding their wealth and personal goals. What are our beliefs? Win-win. Integrity. Customers. Commitment. Communication. Communication. Creativity. Teamwork. Trust. Equity. Success through people. Yay. We are a training, coaching, consulting, and technology company creating the culture and community where entrepreneurs thrive. That's who we are. That's what we do. Thank you. Let's do some bucket fills. I want to hear some good ones. I won't move on till we have how many? 5. All right. Who's got 5 good things in the room? Oh, come on. Yes, Rox, please. Please stand up and project. Project.
So I had a great year and I went to Florida for 3 weeks. Just got back to this beautiful weather.
Welcome home.
It was awesome.
That's fantastic. So you took 3 weeks to take time to spend with your family to do the things that you want to do, right? Beautiful. What's something else? We had the holidays. I haven't seen you guys since New Year kicked off. What do we got? Oh, come on. Everybody's being modest here. Hold on, Wendy, then Lisa. Tell us, Wendy.
Rosalie is on track to be the first official donor for the 2025 prom dress drive. If anybody has dresses, shoes, or knows anybody who needs one, send them my.
Fantastic. Wendy does it beautiful. They do a dress drive for prom. Hi there. Last year, excuse me, Wendy, and collecting the prom dresses, they gave away 250 dresses to 250 local girls in the community. How about that? That's beautiful. All right, Lisa, what do you got?
Expanding my team.
Yes.
I'm pretty excited. Natori joined us the first of the year. Is she in the room? Because I can't find her.
Oh, there she is. There she is. Natori, you're behind the pole.
So she participated in call day and she already has 3 appointments set up since the first of the year.
Yeah.
And then
Tori.
And then today Rebecca came in to visit us, and I think we've decided we're a great fit, and she's going to be joining the team as well. So
to this crazy family we got going. What else? 2 more? Go, Ro, and Danette.
For many years, I've been wanting to do a flip.
Yes.
And as of yesterday, my cohort and I, we have a contract on a flip.
Yes. Yes. Yes, you do. Danette.
You want to do just hold it?
Another person.
I'm thankful I did the call day thing at home in Lehighton and I landed 3 new listings. So I was very excited about that. And then yesterday someone actually called me and asked if I would list their home. It was kind of awesome. And the same thing as Rosalie, my husband and I have been wanting to, with my son, do our first flip and we close on it next Friday.
Whoa, that's it. I love it. Right? Dreams are happening here. I will now move on. We got the goods. We got some January birthdays. Justin Solano, Alfredo, Sonia Kern, Tobias, Cheryl Joubert, Troy Breen, Evelyn Carrera, Carrera, Arlene Quirk, Natalia, Melissa Castelline, Andrew, Stacey Kelly, Lisa Bauer, Lynn Homer, Jesse Rodriguez. So what do we say? That's it, because we can't sing here. We know that. I want to welcome our newest agents. Lisa already pointed out, we have Notori. Notori's in the office. Just stand up so you can say hi. And Elena Vacola. Is Elena in the room? No. We'll welcome Elena. Thank you. Notori, you want to say a little bit about yourself? Sure.
In the hospitality industry, tourism specifically. I studied fashion merchandising, minored in marketing, so I was an assistant buyer prior to this. I really had a passion for real estate. I kind of started entrepreneurship in car rentals,
Okay.
and I really just wanted to collaborate the two. So went to real estate school, and here I am. So I'm glad to
Fantastic.
be here.
That's why she always looks so stunning. She's always dressed so nice. Well, welcome aboard to our new agents. And then we have someone else we'd like to welcome to a new position, a familiar face, a different title. Jess Cartagiano, just stand up just so they could see you. You don't need to speak. Jess is now the Director of Operations for our KPG, our ownership group. So Jess is going to be working with all of the leadership to streamline our processes and procedures. And we couldn't be more happy that she's here with us because we do know we may be close to perfect, but we're not there yet. So we know that there's some work to do, and we're just so grateful to have her on board. So thank you, Jess. Now, I'd like to also welcome our new 2025 Board of Directors, our new ALC. We have Michelle DeLuca out of our Albrightsville office. If you're in the room, please stand up. Kristen Durger out of Stroudsburg, Amy Galligan out of the Stroudsburg-Galligan office, Rick Garcia, if you could stand, out of Tannersville, Robert Hoffman out of Stroudsburg, Barb Miller out of Stroudsburg, Teresa Rocco out of Milford, and we have Donna Stio out of Scioto, West End. We welcome these tremendous leaders that are volunteering their time to help move this market center and your businesses forward. So I'd like to click to the next slide. Their phone numbers are on there, guys. Please utilize them as a resource for all things. You have your brokers, you have your broker assistant, David, you have the ALC, you have your leadership team, you have the people around you. You just need to raise your hand and say, guys, I need some help. We will swarm you and wrap our arms around you like crazy. I want to point out we have some committees. We have 3 committees this year. The Culture Committee, the meetings will be the first Thursday at 1 p.m. That's chaired by Robert Hoffman, Donna Stio, and Barb Miller. Okay, do you guys want to talk a little bit about that? Give you an opportunity, or you guys are going to have your meeting? The Culture Committee, go to the meeting, and that's the first Thursday at 2 o'clock. Yeah, if there's something that you guys want to see, that's where you're going to go. They help plan all of our events. They help keep our calendars running. They help keep you guys engaged. Okay. So don't be surprised if you're going to be getting some phone calls, just to touch base and check in. Okay. Education Committee, the arbiters of our world-class training calendar, Kristen Durger and Teresa Rocco, are there with Education Committee. Meetings are the second Monday at 10 a.m. If you guys want to see something, you have ideas, you have a need for something, you let them know. We'll get it on the calendar. You have a speaker you want us to bring in, we'll bring them in. Call the guys. They'll get them on the calendar, right? We're built by agents for agents. Excuse me. Growth Committee, Amy Galligan, Michelle DeLuca, and Rick Garcia. Rick, you want to talk about it for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. So excited about the growth committee this year. I don't even need that. I don't even need it. Can you hear me? No. Really excited about the growth committee this year. What?
They all took off their heads.
Perfect. That means I have their attention,
Yes.
right? So what are we all about? It's about growing your business and helping to grow other people's business as well. It's about growing your lifestyle, but you have to get your mindset correct with that. Okay. So growth committee, it's not just about you. It's about your downline as well. There's a lot of things that come with the growth committee. So please, if you want to join us, we're meeting the first Monday at 1. Hop on. You'll get an invite from Colleen. Hop on, and let's talk. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. So the growth committee, I just want to point out, they're going to be having meetings twice every month. That's going to be accountability. That's going to help you guys grow. So in order to grow, you need to set your goals. That's where you're going to be. If you don't have a tribe You need a tribe. We don't isolate. We do what? Collaborate. And she only knows it because I've been saying it for 3 days because somebody else said it and I got really excited. It's on the whiteboard downstairs. So yeah, we don't isolate, we collaborate, we succeed together. So we needed a spot for some people to go. They needed a hub. So that's the hub. You don't have a tribe, there's your tribe. Get in there. Okay? We thank them for their service. All right, guys, let's take a look at where we ended the year. PMAR, this is our market share for Pocono Mountain Association of Realtors. We finished the year with 12.2% market share. The next highest company was 2.4%, guys. Like you're dominating the market. Then they ended up at down to 1% and on. Okay? So that's the business that we did. What is the yellow? What is the green? That's sellers, that's buyers. Okay? So we are single-handedly dominating the market. It's like a bloodbath out there. This is something I want to talk about. This is something that we're not dominating. This is our Milford office and our Pike Wayne board. This is where our office finished for the year. We are going to look at this. Davis Chant, we separated out all the offices so we could see specifically what's going on. Keller Williams here, that is the McAteer and Will team. Then we also have Keller Williams Hawley. These are all of our sister market, our part of our sister business centers and mega team. This is our office here, our Milford office, and we have 4.7% market share. We fall number 7 in the board. There's some work for improvement and there's opportunities to help advance and build that out. So I'm looking forward to working with Milford to do that. And you guys as well. It's a group community effort. So we're looking to grow a little bit more out there and help establish our dominance of that market with the solid agents we've got and the ones that will be coming, right? So there's opportunity for growth there. Let's take a look at our numbers, okay? I could tell, was it a holiday or did people just, it's too much stuffing, too much vacation? It's a lot of negatives here, but it's totally expected because this is for the month of December. I know that most people take off and you're with your families. That's fine. What I'm going to focus on here is year to date where we ended up, because I think that's important. So closed units year to date, we were down 5%, but we closed 2% more volume. So that meant we're selling less homes for more price. Okay, fine. Listings taken. Man, we were up 33% at the end of the year. How great is that year over year? That's fantastic. Listings taken volume up almost 50%. So that's where that increased price point was. So the units are down, prices are still up. Fantastic. Listings sold, we're almost right on pace with the number of listings that we sold. Listings sold volume up 3%. We wrote 2% less contracts, around 2 to 3%, but we wrote 4% more volume. We closed out with more GCI, which is your gross commission income. You closed out 5.6% more year over year. Okay, that's beautiful. You're all saying, Karen, what does that mean? They're all percentages. Give me some numbers, give me some tangibles with this, right? So I'm going to do just that. So closed transactions, we have closed our Pocono Market Center and all of our business centers, 2,076 transactions last year. We closed $519 million worth of real estate last year. The owner's profit shared back $212,000 to our agents. Isn't that awesome? That is some serious numbers that you could post out there, throw that in your listing presentation. Who knows better than the market than you, than somebody that's selling, their office is selling 2,100 transactions? Nobody, right? Good job, everybody. Let's celebrate you, top producers. Let's see who we've got. The month of December, number 1, Michelle DeLuca coming in hot. Chelsea Alexich, number 2. Yeah. Chelsea, number 2. Lori Harishko, number 3. She's out of Albrightsville. John Keeley, number 4. And Danette, number 5. Congrats, guys. Let's go to teams. Number 1 team, Mary Mahoney team. Number 2, yep, Jess Keller. Number 3, the Arlene Quirk Sean Berger team. Number 4, Barb Miller. Number 5, Dana Paris team. Woo-hoo. Top producing mega teams. Number 1, Jim Chrisman. Number 2, Galligan Realty. Number 3, Kelly Realty Group. Number 4, the Donna Stio team. Number 5, the Christina Primrose team. Congratulations, all my mega teams. So let's talk about Cassie. Cassie, come on up and talk. Let's talk about Cassie right now. Let's talk about some coaching milestones.
Yeah, I got this one you can share.
All right, I'll click the thing.
I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna start with our agent of the month because she's fierce.
Mm-hmm.
You, you're fierce. Take it, girl. Stand up.
Yeah. Yes.
Rafalina is like nonstop. Like her energy is through the roof. She's always showing up to everything. She's getting multiple under contract, multiple listings. Like you're crushing it. I love it. So good job. Barry Ash got her first listing and her first closing. I mean, December was great. Fun. Dominic, Alex, and Elijah for your hard work on expired day. Rafalina was here also, but those 3, like they're all brand new, right?
Mhm.
They're only a couple months. They all went into a conference room and one by one, they went around the table calling. They heard each other, they listened to each other, they supported each other, they did everything they were supposed to do. Kudos to them. You got a listing appointment out of it, right? He's pricing a house today. I just saw the text.
I just want to stop you, Cassie, because maybe, just maybe, not everybody knows that we had all day call day here this past Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. We had all day call day here in the room and they secured 14 listing appointments. How crazy is that? That's huge. So I'm very excited.
You know, it is. It's all about your tribe. You
Mhm.
know, like if you're finding other people like you who are maybe having the same struggles, and why not band together and take care of it together? Like I'm sure that helped you guys, right? Yeah. So kudos.
Mm-hmm.
It says kudos up there. So we did 34 million in the coaching team this year. We took 66 listings and we closed 79 buyers.
Wow.
So congratulations to all of you. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had 4 people graduate. 3 more are going to graduate hopefully this month.
Yep.
So we're pushing for that. They just took a little easy with the December, you know. Christmas and
Well,
all.
we saw with the numbers, so I got it. Too many cookies
Yeah.
and eggnogs.
But I can't wait for 2020.
Way to go,
Thanks.
coach. Yeah.
I had a great coach.
This is a setup. Thanks, Cassie. Fantastic. That's huge. Hold on. We got to click. Let me click. Oh, it's Colleen. A little MCOM update with Colleen.
All right, we're gonna do a couple of updates tech-wise and office-wise. So there's not a lot of updates right now because family reunion is coming up, so there'll be some updates when that happens. Right now, the only update we have is that the websites, you can change your background on the homepage and include a video now. So on the command websites, if you need help with your command websites, please come to me. I'll also be having tech classes coming up, and KWRI has free online trainings about the website as well. I have my tech training on January 23rd. It's a Thursday at 1 o'clock. Topic is to be determined because there's a couple things that I'm thinking about. If you have a great idea and you want me to go over something, please come to me and let me know. Now, office-wise, end of year reports, we were talking about a little bit earlier, but end of year reports are available on mykw.kw.com. If you notice any discrepancies, you have to come to me and let me know. I have to report it to the reports team. The few people that I have sent some things through to, they've been fine, but if you notice any issues, please let me know. Then 1099s, I know it's a big topic. Everybody's wondering when you guys are going to get your 1099s. They will be coming out soon. We're going to use the Track 1099 system like we did last year. So we need the correct email address that you want it sent to. So you're going to be getting an email hopefully later today from the KLRW email. So please respond to that. Even if you think we have the correct email that you want it sent to, please update it so we have the correct email in the system. And that's it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you, Colleen, for keeping everything together. Colleen is like the hub, the engine that runs this thing. Do you guys mind if I just take 1 second, do a little mindset moment with some whiteboards that I crafted up for you guys? Is that all right? You guys need it? Or everybody's in the right headspace? I don't think you are. I'm gonna roll this baby right out here. And I want to point out before I get into this, I thought it was important that I showcase this. Gary Keller's 10 questions to ask yourself annually. These are things that Gary asks himself every year, and he suggests that you guys do too. Who are you? What are your beliefs? What motivates you? Why are you working so hard? When is enough enough? What do you have control over? What are you afraid of? What are you running away from? How do you bring meaning into your life? And who are you in the end? Or how do you want to be remembered? I'm not going to dive into these. These are things that you guys should really spend some time on with yourself, maybe a quiet cup of tea, and really go through this. The one that you really should, they're all extremely important. When is enough enough is one that I tend to really like, because that really tells you, what am I willing to do? And what am I not willing to do for what I want, right? So that's a tough one to answer, but I'm going to leave this up here for photos if you guys want to take that and then, go home later tonight and do that together or yourself or whatever you want to do. But you should do this every year. If Gary's asking himself these 10 questions, I'm asking myself these 10 questions, right? Because I don't know. I want to go into, I had a conversation with a couple of people in the office yesterday, and I said, guys, what is the common thread here? What do we need help on? What do you want to hear some information about? And the common theme was communication. And let's get a little bit better with our communication style. So I, of course, turned to one of my core women, Mel Robbins, to listen to one of her podcasts. And of course, she has one regarding communication. Shocker. Communicate with confidence, the blueprint for mastering any conversation. So I listened to this and I came up with, again, I'm going to bastardize this as I normally do, but it's my hope that you will listen to this podcast. It was her podcast from November. She had on this gentleman named Jefferson Fisher. Jefferson Fisher is a trial lawyer. He's also went viral for his little videos. Jefferson Fisher realized that there was a problem with communication styles in the courtroom. So what he was doing, he came out and he decided to make videos, just little videos in his car, just little snippets of just tips and tricks for people to learn how to communicate better with each other. And he just went viral because his style was so lax and just so casual. I am telling you, I spent an hour and 10 minutes listening to this podcast. I got more out of this than anything yet this year. I really recommend you take an hour and listen to this. I'm going to just give you a brief overview. There's way too much to delve into. But basically, what Jefferson tells us is what you say is who you actually are. Your words are the way that people experience you. Do we understand that? That's how you think of yourself a certain way. You think you're projecting yourself in that manner. Let me be clear, half the time we're not. He says if we want to be kind, what we should be doing is using kind words. If we want to be direct, will be using direct words. You want to be decisive, use decisive words. But that's how you're showing up and how other people are gauging who you are as a human being by your words that you're saying to them, right? So it's not only your words, it's also your energy, it's also your inflection and nuance in the tone. But what he tells us, Jefferson says that more words do not equal better communication. He says, don't be a waterfall, be a well. A waterfall is someone that's just going to spew all of this information to you. A well is something that somebody could dip and dive into as a resource. So he tells us to be the well. One of the biggest mistakes, he says, that we think about communication, when we go into arguments, arguments are something to win and not something to unravel. So that's one of our biggest mistakes that he says in thinking is our approach to arguments. So if you're having some kind of a tense conversation with someone, or let's say somebody you don't really care for, he's saying, you know what, be who you are or be neutral. But what you need to understand is, as I'm having this conversation, the rest of you guys are all watching it. So even if we don't get along or whatever, don't give someone who's not in the convo a reason to not like you. Because how you're showing up is showing up to everybody else, right? So what Jefferson says is that you're going into conversations, you should have conversation goals and conversation values. Conversation goals are not just to have a conversation for the sake of having a conversation. Oh, I'm a talker, I like to talk, blah, blah, blah. No. Conversation goals are, where do I want this to go? What's my end goal of this conversation? The conversation values are something different. This is the value that you want to bring to every conversation that you have with someone. So what Jefferson does, he has 3 conversation values that he goes into every conversation with. So this projects who he is as a person and how he wants to show up in the world. He goes into any convo, if I can't be a bridge, be a lighthouse. If there's room for kindness, use it. Tell them who I am without saying my name. That's a big one. That was a powerful one, right? Well, there's a lot of miscommunication that happens. And what do we do in miscommunication? Somebody gets aggressive and they say, well, why did you say that? Why would you say that, right? Your answers are going to be, well, what did you hear? What did you hear that I said that's making you feel that way? If you ask, why did you say that? That's more of a poking. What did you hear is leaning into the conversation. It feels like I'm warmer. I'm coming from that curiosity, right? He says the best thing for us to do to be more effective in communication is to get to the point and say what you mean what you say, but don't dance around it. So let's say I have some bad news to deliver to Rick. I'm not going to go to Rick and say, Rick, well, you know what, Rick? I don't know, this is just really uncomfortable for me. And I just want to really talk to you about something. And it's just been bothering me. And do you know that, some of the way that I feel right now is just, right? And it makes you feel like already nervous. What if I went to Rick and I said, Rick, you know what? I'm going to tell you this because I know that you could handle it. This is what's been going on, and this is something that we need to change. It just feels different. It feels different, right? It doesn't feel like I'm dancing around because then everything gets convoluted. She also tells us, let's stop with the shit compliment sandwich. He says the shit sandwich is a total disservice to the person that you're talking to, and it's almost abusive. Because what you're doing is you're taking them from a high to a low to a high again in the same conversation. And that's not fair to do to anybody. That's not an effective way to communicate. If I have something to say and it's uncomfortable, I want to just get in there and say it so we can move on and find a solution and move forward through it, right? I'm going to listen to the podcast. He goes into this more. But he gave us some tips and tricks. So I'm going to give these to you because I only have a certain amount of time. If you're maybe a shyer person, you're somebody that's shy, you don't know how to come into let's say a party, a work networking event, a situation where there's a group. A nice icebreaker to ask somebody instead of how are you doing? Because if I say how are you doing, you're going to say, oh, my morning was shit. These people, I ran late and my shoes don't match and my stockings ripped and my hair's all messed. I'm looking in the past. Instead, he says, what are you excited about most today? Instead of how's your day, what are you excited about most? Well, I'm excited to hear the listing presentation that's going to go on later and see what that's all about. I'm looking forward to the future and not going to dwell in the past. So that's a good icebreaker if you're in a group and you don't know how to maybe start a conversation. He also says that if you're in a group, what you should do is focus on one person. You'll get more out of being at a party with 50 people if you're having one meaningful conversation instead of 50 non-meaningful conversations. So that's that. I'm going to give you another tip and trick. What if someone belittles you? Oh, so you're still single. Right? That's the example that he used in the thing, right? Oh, are you still single? You guys know this because I guarantee people have done this to you. You do it to people. He says we do it to our children a lot. What you do in this situation in order to protect your own integrity and not go down to that kind of level and keep yourself more of even keel. This is where we're trying to get to. Your life doesn't need to be like this. If you practice these skill sets, it can be even keel. And you're not on this roller coaster of emotions that other people are controlling. So like Rose, you say to me, oh, what, are you still single?
What, are you still single?
I'm sorry, did you ask me, am I still single? What were you trying to accomplish from that question? Now, would you actually say that to someone? No, you wouldn't. Right. But what it does is it makes them pause and actually reflect and takes away their power in that moment. Because in that moment, someone's trying to get a rise out of you. They're trying to get, they want to win in that moment to make you feel less than or feel like you're not good enough for something. So they make themselves feel better. So they're going to belittle you. What you're going to do is you're going to repeat the question back to them. Like, I'm sorry, did you ask me? Did I hear that? Or then you're going to ask what their intent was behind that. Were you saying that to embarrass me? Were you saying that to upset me? Something like that. That's your response. Disrespect. If someone's disrespectful to you, Karen, you're a piece of shit. That's going to be met with some silence. What it's going to be met with is a pause. And then it's going to be met with, that's below my standard of response. Oh, I'm sorry, that question's beyond my standard of response. Boy, doesn't that feel good? That takes the power back in that conversation, doesn't it? I think it does. It turns the script and it flips the script. He goes into a lot of things, dealing with your children and how to approach things, basically making it not a me against you. Why didn't you clean your room? Blah, blah, blah. It's why isn't this room clean? Looks like this room isn't clean. What can we do about it? And just listen to it. He's going to do it way better than me, but it's fantastic. So one thing that I'm just going to leave you on, I don't have too much time. One of the ahas I took out of this, for any conversation, taking a breath is going to be your first word. That breath before you go into a conversation is your first word all the time. So say to me, Karen, what do you want to, whatever it is. Ah, bah, 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 bah. That's my response. It doesn't seem like I actually processed that. But if you ask me a question, I say, yeah, you know what, Ro, you were correct. That did feel that way when that happened. It actually feels more genuine, like I'm processing it, right? Instead of just immediately responding back quickly. So the bottom line of all of this is Jefferson Fisher says, we could change everything about our lives by what we say next. And he'll go into that more. And I really suggest that you guys listen to this, because when we're in a business of communication and we're in a business of service, you better be sure that you're showing up and you're communicating how you want to portray yourself into this world. And if it's not, change your words to change your life. And what you say next can change everything in your life. You don't believe me? Listen to this. Listen to that podcast, Mel Robbins. It's great. I just wanted to go through another thing really quickly. The leadership team is reading this book together called Trust Matters More Than Ever. And it talks about the pillars of trust, right? So in the pillars of trust, there's 8 pillars, and one of them is communication. Unless we get this piece right with how we're communicating and how we're receiving communication and our lack of it, how are we going to establish trust in any relationship that we have? Is there something that you know that if you say will change the trajectory of your life, of your relationships, but you're holding back, right? I don't know. I thought it was beneficial. I think that you guys would find it beneficial. So I would hope you tap in and take a look at that. That's it for my mindset moment. I got nothing more. Just everything that you say is who you are. And make sure you choose your words wisely and how you're showing up in the world. Okay? Thank you. We're going to go on to our broker moment with the David Coulter. Let's mic you up for.
Hey, everybody. It was kind of warm downtown here, so Bob Hay headed up to Toby Hanna so he could cool off. So it's just me today.
We'll
But,
take you.
I can't believe I'm looking around this room and we got a full house. It's just amazing. It's thank you all for being here. It's really special. It really is. I just love it. So from the broker world, I mean, this is, 95% of it, the stuff Karen's talking about, the communications thing. When we're running into some difficulty, when, one of us gets a call from a consumer that is a little bit less than thrilled with things, almost all the time it comes down to communication, lack of communication, how much communication, how often communication, different things like that, style of communication. So, this is just wonderful stuff here. I want to thank you all for reaching out to us with questions, because that's very important that we have an opportunity to learn. Every time you guys ask me a question, I have an opportunity to learn. So I mean it when I say thank you very much for your phone call and for your questions. It means a lot to Bob also. I know that. When somebody has an opportunity, or maybe they feel like they need to write something in that beautiful white space at the end of the contract, they give us a call first. And that's always very special. We appreciate that, because usually there's a form for that. And if there's not, we need to write something. Sometimes a little bit of editing can help, putting a couple minds together and talking things through. But, keep on working and learning. We have great opportunities coming up. Contracts class next Wednesday. So, we'll be here, and it's going to be a good one, because Bob's already got a small stack of forms that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
basically. That's kind of what the theme is next week. We have a bunch of forms that we don't use. Sometimes we're not going to use them. Sometimes there might be a special occasion that we will use them, but he's going to review all these things so that we have a greater awareness of what tools we have.
David, if I could just piggyback on that too, I don't know if anybody was on Hank Lerner's call yesterday regarding the wholesaling.
Yes. Yep.
Next month, we're working to put together a class for the wholesaling and some of the contracts changes and some of that stuff. So we're working with Bob just to get things more streamlined and consolidated so you guys know how to handle that wholesaling piece here. Okay.
Hey, that's it. And there's a couple of gluten-free chocolate chip cookies out in the next room.
Thanks, CC. Thank you. Give it up. All right. It's funny because David said something. I just want to go back to it because they gave us a tip in handling in business. So the tip in business is have something to learn, not something to prove when you go to into any conversation. Boy, that's a good one. That's an aha down there. It's light and green. I almost missed it. Upcoming training and events. Ro, talk to us about your quilting club because they're doing some amazing things. Rosalie Boetti wants to talk to us a little bit about what she's got going on here in the office. I found one of your pins. Oh, it's all right.
So about a year and a half ago, this was my brainchild to put together a group, not necessarily quilters, but people who wanted to do something for the community. So since quilting was my thing, we had some agents join and they're still a year and a half later, still with us. But anyway, we accept fabric donations, anything for quilting. And we make these quilts and they're donated to Angel's Closet. And that's a not-for-profit organization that they provide baby bundles to new moms in need at our local hospital. And last year we were able to raffle off 2 of our beautiful quilts and the funds, I think we earned like close to $700.
It was a lot, yeah.
And that money went to OCW. Yeah.
Olsen's Christmas Wish.
So this year we have even greater goals. And I thought that we're all out meeting people every day. And if you come across clients or anybody you know who has either fabric that they don't need, but I also want to open it up to other crafters. If you are a knitter, crocheter, join us. And if you can't join us here, do it from home, make some baby blankets while you're sitting down watching TV at night. And then, certainly donate them. And all of it goes to a great cause. And I also use it to meet people in the community. I've posted on different Facebook marketplace areas, and I've got a good turnout. So far, I have about 4 people who I've never met who are interested in joining us in the new year. So it is a great way to meet people, possibly share it with your database, and always for the cause.
Yep, give where you live, Ro. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep, and that's going to be the first and third Tuesdays here in this training room. They bring in the machines. It's a great setup. That's our culture in action right there. And that brings me to the next slide. Eva Polanski did reach out and she did send us quite a lengthy message of thanks regarding the donations that we sent to her that you guys provided in December for her and her husband with this fight against cancer. Derek is not doing well and he does still need our help. So I'm going to leave this in our slides. There's the link to the Venmo and PayPal. Anything you guys could give would be very helpful. Donations accepted by check here too with Colleen. Okay. Derek he's not doing well and Eva's not doing well either because of it. So want to be there to support her as best as we can. Okay. Upcoming training today, what we're doing is a little bit different. I know you guys saw my little video about team meeting day, but immediately following our training and our lunch, we're going to have a beautiful panel that's going to talk about listings. They're going to share listing presentations with you guys. Then we're going to do some workshops just to make sure that you guys have your listing presentation and all the tools that you need to leave this room and go on an appointment and go get it. Okay? Is everybody awake? Bring your laptop up if you like, and I'd like to suggest you guys bring your laptops from every team meeting day from here on out, because it is going to be an intensive training day with workshops immediately following. Next month, we'll be doing buyers consultations, buyers contracts. What do you bring, or I'm sorry, not contracts. What are you bringing on a buyer's consultation? So you buyer agents, please be in the room. Upcoming training, we have our broker mastermind every Tuesday at 11 via Zoom. If you're not there, you just don't know what's happening. Kristen, why don't you tell us about broker mastermind, how robust it is? It's everything.
Guest star, to provide. It really is the best hour of the week. It's just,
Hey, except for this week.
right.
We're not.
It's whatever you need, whatever's going on in your business, whatever you think you're going to have challenges with going forward. It's an open forum for anybody of any skill set level to come in, whether you're brand spanking new, or if you've been in business since dinosaurs roamed the earth, you're welcome.
I was just going to say, Kristen, I'm brand new. I don't have any deals going. Why would I come there? Well, because I'm going to come there, I'm going to listen to the challenges that other people are having, and I'm going to get some information that way, right? We learn from each other. Fantastic. I hear you. Oh, you're not kidding. It's half of my job. No. All right, so we have upcoming training with Contracts Mastery that David did touch on, and then we have Maximize Your Potential, the Power of QL with Usha Patel. That is going to be Thursday the 16th at 11 a.m. at our Clark Summit Market Center. I'm going to be going. A bunch of us are going to be going if you guys want to take the ride up with us. Usha Patel is part of our ownership group. She's a certified Quantum Leap instructor. She was a certified Tony Robbins coach. She's certified badass awesome. That's just all she is. She's great. She's like a warm hug on a cold day. All right. So Usha, that's how she is. We love her. Hold on. I need to get my thing going. Okay, movement mortgage class. We have what to know about renovation loans Thursday, the 16th at 2 p.m. via Zoom. Okay. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about that? Maria and Joe, come on up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Just going to take my breath. Like you said,
Yep.
I love that advice. I think that's amazing because I'm Italian and I talk really fast. So your advice is always great.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to wish everybody Happy New Year and thank everyone who's trusted me with any of their loans in 2024. We haven't been here very long, but we've closed some deals and we just really, really appreciate that. Renovation loans, we definitely want to talk about this, right, Joe? We have a great class coming up on Zoom only, so all the offices can join. We're going to talk about the pros of renovation, how it can save a deal when it comes to inspections, also how it can get you more business. I'm going to hand it off to Joe.
Hey, Joe, about renovation loans, is that just for properties like if they need a new roof or foundation?
Great question. She always knows how to lead us right along there. So renovation loans can be major projects. Okay. I have had homes we have taken down to the foundation and completely rebuilt. I've also had people, yes, Maria is a prime example of that. Whole house redone. I've had other people that simply really want a new kitchen and new bathrooms. Okay. It could be something really small. It can be big projects. Some of the programs have minimums, I think like $10,000 in cost. Others don't have a minimum. So it just depends, but it can help you save a deal and it can also help you show less houses. If you have a client that wants a particular area, and they're so fixed on finding that, fresh flip or whatever in an area, they're going to pay top dollar for it. Okay. This is an opportunity for you to say, hey, listen, this house has been sitting here for 2 months. It's still available. Yes, it needs work, but it's well under your budget. So maybe they have a $500,000 or $400,000 budget, and you find them something for $300,000, that gives us $100,000 to renovate that house and make it what they want. Because a lot of times, even if somebody did just renovate a house, maybe it's not to their liking. Maybe they hate the color of the kitchen or something, or the bathroom. That does happen. You walk into a flip and it doesn't mean that they absolutely love everything. So this gives them an opportunity to really buy a home and make it their own. And we're going to talk more in depth about that. And also keep this in mind, if you do have any deals that are not going well, rescue loans, we're great at those. We pick them up, we close them quickly. Most of my rescue loans close within 2 to 2.5 weeks. So if you're having issues with any lenders right now, give us a shout.
Ooh.
And you guys know I like to bring my treats. So I brought non-gluten-free brownies because
Oh,
I know Dave had the gluten-free cookies covered. Where's Dave? Oh, he left. But anyway, we want to wish you a very happy new year, a successful new year. God bless. And we're looking forward to a great year
thank
together.
you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. All right, next up, we got Marty. Marty's gonna be doing buyer's choices when they own a home and want to purchase a new one. That's gonna be Tuesday, the 21st at 10 a.m. Here you go, Marty. Tell us a little bit about it. Tell me a little bit about you and then tell me about this loan. You're on.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. All right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Right. Happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. You know, whenever I come up, I always talk about how do we get to the closing table? How do we actually close more loans together? So actually, I ended up putting a flyer out today because I've been literally in the mortgage business over 16 years with an MBA in finance and closing lots of deals. But I have a new program that just came out where isn't it difficult to have a financed purchase compete against a cash offer? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to staple to your offer for a finance offer that says 10% down, that if I can't close with financing, I have a cash buyer behind it and I can give you proof of funds? So all of a sudden, we really want to get our financed offers more accepted by competing against a cash offer by literally stapling an addendum to your offer that says, if we can't close with financing, here's proof of funds, we're going to close with cash. And that's the program that I just put out in terms of everybody. So I'm also going to add that to the topic when we bring it up about how to close with a cash offer when you're financed with a backup offer. The simple, there always is a cost. It's half a point to add this insurance policy to a financed offer.
Oof,
So it's
that's
up to a buyer
beautiful.
to choose, but a great program. And we can also talk, and we keep getting asked, what are the ways if I have a home that I live in and they want to buy a new home? There are several ways of getting there. It's not just one way. So we can talk about bridge loans and other techniques. Happy to help people get to the closing table more often. Thanks.
Thank you, Marty. Appreciate you. Okay, then I have my class. I have a standing class. I don't know if you guys saw this on the calendar. It's called Triple B, Be Better at Business, and it's the last Friday of every month. This upcoming one that we have, I have a guest host that will be joining me, and that will be Lisa Sanderson. And what we're going to be doing is the DISC class that you guys asked for, and now we're providing it. This room better be jam-packed with the amount of buzz that happened around this the last time. This is, how do we know how to communicate with somebody? First, we got to know who the hell they are and what kind of personality type am I dealing with, okay? This is very important in our business. We are in the service industry here. We need to know, how do I have a conversation with Lisa when her personality is different than mine? And what does that look like? And how am I showing up? And how am I being received? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to send out the link to the DISC with the slideshow for you guys to take the DISC and then come to the class that we're going to have on the last Friday of the month. Okay. It's going to be great. It's going to be a little bit longer than 11 to 12. It might be a little bit more like to 1 because we do get into it a little bit. So it's fun. It's light. It's a good place to come just to start off the year so you know how to handle your clients. Okay. Additional resources. Why? Why do I put these here? So you look at them later on. I cannot go through a 14-minute market snapshot, but I'm going to tell you what, you should, because you need to be the economist of choice for your clients when they say, what's happening with the market right now? And you say, I don't know. It looks like it's busy. I had some phone calls. It doesn't matter what you had. I want to know what the actual market industry is doing. So this is where you're going to go. You're going to look at this, take 14 minutes or 13 minutes. Then for the people that are going to family reunion, we do have Gary Keller that will be on stage to unpack the 10 bold truths from our new bold. This is events. Colin, you got to get me off of this because this is them lip syncing. Yeah, there's like a lip syncing competition at family reunion, and they have a video here. I would suggest you watch it. It's quite amusing, but I'm not going to play it here. Family reunion, of course, is going to be the 17th through the 21st in Las Vegas. We'll have the CEO summit with some keynote speakers. Julia Lachey Israel is just phenomenal. I want to go to everything that she has because she's so badass. Excuse me, but she is. She's so good. So if you're going, there's a CEO summit there. We have Mega Agent Camp that's going to be in August, the 11th through the 14th. Why are we talking about it now, Karen? It's going to be in August. Well, because you're going to say when it's $999 and you're going to tell me in July that you don't have any money to go. So guess what? Now start saving up $200 a month from your closings and go there to San Antonio. I'll be there. Who else will be there? I know there'll be a bunch of people there. Yeah, we're all going. So it'll be great. Their commands updates, again, you look at the website applet. That's what Colleen was discussing. You can scan the QR code for everything. Maps free events. Maps coaching had holiday coaching calls for free. This is where you could go and get the recordings if you'd like. Those calls are over, but the recordings are still there. Yeah. Coaching skills camp, that's going to be in person, Maps events. If you're receiving emails right now, fortunately, there's been some agents in our office that qualify for Gary Keller's personal masterminds. If you receive an email, that's where you're going to be masterminding with Gary Keller and the group of agents that he has. Again, we have our podcast network, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Think like a CEO, The Color of Money, Empire Building, and The One Thing. I want to tell you, I went in the Empire Building podcast yesterday, I was looking for a communication one for you. And I don't know if you guys remember me talking about Ted Lasso and his lessons in leadership that I found from watching that show. They actually have a podcast on that they just put out. I couldn't even believe it, but I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, but it was about the leadership lessons in Ted Lasso. Kickstart a 31 real estate social media posts, best year ever, upcoming events, YPK score, family helping family. This is huge. We've donated over $66 million that's been awarded to more than 7,200 families since KW Care started for our agents' needs. So any agent that has been in need in terms of any kind of natural disaster, family emergency, anything that's happened to them where they needed a KW Cares grant, $66 million is a pretty hefty number. We also have donated for Fund the Mission. Let me get it again. There we go. There were 22 recipients of scholarships for KW Next Gen, and they awarded over $98,000 in scholarships for our next generation to make sure that they have the mindset moving forward on the right path. So there's some stories of impact. Again, I like to just say our disclaimer, TCPA compliant way, call everybody in a TCPA compliant way. Let's thank our affiliates. We have Movement Mortgage that we just heard from with Maria and Joe, Homefront with Marty, MV Insurance Services with Chris McMorrow, America's Preferred Home Warranty, KPSS, and then Safeguard. Blair, I don't know if you wanted to say any words or you. Yeah, all right, come on. Happy update? Yeah. You got to have the mic though.
Oh.
Hold the mic close.
Okay, so
She's sick.
we have seen, 2024 was a little bit rough in the underwriting industry for homes. You've probably seen many emails from me or phone calls saying, hey, how old's this roof? Please guide me in any way that you can. Let me know what's going on. Renovation loans, we can insure those. So thankfully, we can help out with that because we are still facing challenges with roofs over 20 years. The magic number is like 15 or younger. After 20, it becomes difficult. You can exclude them or you can insure them on actual cash value. So we are seeing some carriers adjust to that. But the misconception is that homeowners insurance is for everything. And one of the biggest causes for loss is that people aren't maintaining it, their home as they live in it. And it's just kind of falling apart from wear and tear. So I thought it'd be a little fun. Happy New Year. Do a couple trivia questions for homeowners insurance to keep you guys, top of mind, just to keep those things in mind when you're listing a house or when you are showing buyers, because with technology, as amazing as it is, we're actually, it's hurting us a little bit, because where we used to be able to underwrite almost everything, aerial imagery, showing trees, we're in the Poconos. We're getting flagged. They want inspections. Hopefully people still aren't waiving inspections, much as they were. But if you can advise them to get inspections, that helps, especially for estate sales, investment properties that were flipped and you don't know the ages of things.
So Blair, let me play this out with you. I have a house I'm under contract with. I've got an FHA mortgage, right? I got an FHA loan. The roof is 23 years old. Oh my goodness, I can't get homeowners insurance. What can I do at that point in time? I could pivot myself into a reno loan. If the seller will not obviously provide a credit or provide a new roof for my buyer, I could pivot into an FHA 203K reno, probably light, and just a quick one, $20,000-$30,000.
And you can do that for 3, 6, or 12 months. It doesn't have to be locked into a year. The minimum earned premium is usually 10% or $100. So you're getting covered properly. You're not at risk of being dropped. And once it's done, you get that. You get transitioned into a standard homeowner's policy. So it's very helpful.
So you could save a deal.
Or you can exclude coverage on a roof. Now it's your biggest investment. And this kind of pivots my way into top 3 claims that are placed in the Pennsylvania area. So I have some lottery tickets, little scratch offs. What do you think the number 1 claim is for homeowners insurance in Pennsylvania in 2024? Not number 1. Rose, bigger. Think about the roof. What could damage a roof? Or just who said that?
Cheating. Joe, I get 10% anyway. I don't know if you knew that.
Wind and hail. Wind and hail. Number 2, I heard it. Close. It's the biggest enemy in homeowners insurance, in my personal opinion, because it sneaks up on you and you don't know it's there until it's too late. Yes, you said water damage. Mortgage again. Water damage. I know, right? Number 3 is actually what's going on in
fire. Yay, Rick.
Yes. So that is with water damage. We are in the Poconos. We have I get a lot of long-term investments, short-term investments, secondary homes. Advise your clients, shut your water off, drain your pipes. You're not going to be there for a week. These temperatures are going up and down. So they come home. I think Maxine, one of your buyers a couple of years ago, was it? She went to the Bahamas and came back. Jamaica came back and it was flooded, right? It was
a waterfall. It was
just be the well.
Be the well.
Be the well. Not the water, please. So, and last, I thought it'd be a little fun. What do you? 2 actually. I have 2.
All right.
What do you think? What I should say? Feet. How many feet? This is good for listing and when you're buying. This is happening. We're getting these underwriting complaints or cancellations after the fact. How far should trees be from the house or shrubbery from a house in feet?
20 feet. Really?
Yeah. 6. Who said 6? You said 6? No branches and no branches overhanging. No branches overhanging.
God, I thought it was Joe again.
And last, this is always cracks me up. The number 1 most vicious dog breed. Who said that?
Yes.
Vicious Latin. Is a Chihuahua. It doesn't do the damage, but it is absolutely the most vicious dog breed. Oh, yes.
It's number 1.
Oh, yes. They don't do the damage for claims, but it is the most vicious breed.
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so for all your insurance needs, you call Blair at Safeguard. Her number is conveniently placed on the slide for you guys, along with all of our other affiliates. And what I'd like to say, guys, is thank you so much for a prosperous 2024. I look forward to 2025 with you guys. Appreciate you. I look forward to you sticking around